Butser Ancient Farm was originally set up to be an archaeological research site, but their research has led to something a little different.
Archaeologists would go and excavate things and find artefacts and find the remains of and evidence of where people had lived, but there was no evidence of how those things had been built or how those things had been made, or indeed how those things, if they were tools, how they'd been used. So here we run experiments to test out those theories that archaeologists had.
The result of these experiments is that Butser now has a range of authentic ancient houses for the public to visit. They have Celtic roundhouses, a Roman villa, and currently a Saxon house is being built using traditional Saxon methods.
We're building a replica Anglo-Saxon long hall stroke house based on archaeological evidence from Churchdown just over the hill there. Yeah, the only real information we have to go on is the archaeology in the ground. So we basically just got a floor, kind of a footprint, a floor plan to go on. All the other stuff above ground level is basically supposition based on evidence from Anglo-Saxon London, where there were oak frame buildings which collapsed into the River Thames into an aerobic atmosphere environment which made the timbers, conserved the timbers, and from that we know that the Anglo-Saxons used basic tusk tenon joints and lap joints. So I've designed the frame around that information. It's made out of oak. That main frame is from oak, and we actually felled the oak back in the winter from a local woodland.
But they don't just build houses at Butser, they try to replicate all aspects of ancient life.
It's really interesting and to find out how people might have lived. So it's not just what they would have lived in, but how they produce their food. So we keep animals. We've got goats and pigs and sheep. We have got a couple of chickens as well. So we keep the kind of animals that would have been around 2,500 years ago. We grow crops, again, old crops that would have been around at that time, to see how they produce, how effective they are. Are they resistant to bugs and infections? And what kind of yield do you get off them? And then how do you process that? And when you get that crop, how can you store that food to see you through the winter? Yeah, these sheep, our sheep here are Manx Lochtan. We have kept other sheep in the past, but at the moment we just have one breed, and that breed of sheep are called Manx Lochtan. They would have been kept for a whole variety of reasons. So first of all, you can use the wool. The wool is lovely to spin or to felt, to make into your clothes. If you were to kill a sheep, then for the meat, you would use the skin. Sheepskins are obviously valuable, and the meat is very lean. It's a cross between lamb and game, so it's very healthy as well, very low in cholesterol. And then you'd use the bones and the horns as well, so you'd use every part of these animals.
With their baby goats due any day now, there's always something new, or rather old, to do at Butser Ancient Farm. Rachel Hutchison for Solent News Now.